Hey there, I'm Trevor Houston, the creator of the Who You Know Summit, and I'd like to welcome you to the Who You Know Job Networking Show.
On our program, we'd like to show you the job search like you've never seen.
Everything from getting noticed by employers, how to properly format your resume, and how to network effectively using LinkedIn to drive recruiters to your profile.
We even take suggestions from our amazing community.
So if you want to learn all things job search, go ahead and subscribe now.
Focus. It's all about the job search. So if you want to learn how to land that next success, you heard them. All you got to do is subscribe and ring that bell so you don't miss out on a thing.
Welcome back to the Who You Know Job Networking Show, where what you know is important, but who you know? See, they got it on the third one, right?
Third time's a charm.
That's right. All right, we're back. I got Glenn Lundy in the house, and we've been talking about hashtag rise and grind, the morning routine, and now I want to talk a little bit about social audio, breakfast with champions, the evolution of hashtag rise and grind, right? So talk to me about that first day that you got Clubhouse. Like, who introduced you to Clubhouse?
I have no idea.
You have no idea?
I can't remember.
How did you, I mean, you don't
Somebody invited me. I guess it would be in my Clubhouse profile, right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, the first one, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'd be curious to see who that is.
But yeah, somebody was like, check out this Clubhouse thing. I'm like, last thing I need is another social media, bro.
Right. Man, tell me about it. There's so many new ones popping up all the time. So, okay, you got in Clubhouse.
Yes.
You started exploring. What was that experience like for you?
So jumped into Clubhouse on a Friday.
Okay.
Was fascinated. Immediately captured.
Yeah.
I went into a room where they were helping teach people about Clubhouse.
Okay.
And they were showing you how to make your bio and all this other stuff.
Right. I remember those days.
I ended up in that room for 16 hours.
16 hours. Oh my.
Part of which I went to sleep for just a couple hours, but I was waiting in line to ask a question. And so I went to sleep, stayed logged in, went to sleep for a couple hours, came back, then spent the whole next day down in my office working out and working on stuff. Yeah. Is what I kept telling the kids and my wife every time they come in.
I'm working.
I'll be up soon. Hold on. Dave's got to take care of a couple more things. I was just glued to this Clubhouse thing, dude. Like, just glued. I knew instantly there was something there.
So that was Saturday.
So Saturday. So then I got to my turn to ask a question, and there was a guy named L and his wife Ashley who were running the room. They'd been running the room for 14 days straight.
Oh my God.
Answering people's questions.
Woo.
And so it was my turn. And when I say they answered people's questions, like when you got to your turn, you stayed there till you were ready to go. So, like, they'd be with one person for an hour.
Oh, wow.
Answering questions. Like, there was no, okay, you got 2 minutes and then you got to get up. No, they'd stay with until that person was crystal clear.
Wow.
And so when I got to L, I said, bro, I've got a show that I've been doing on Facebook for almost 4 years at 5:30 a.m., a morning show. What do you think I should do on this platform with that show, because Facebook's blocking me and all this other stuff, right? Yeah. And he thought about it, and we talked through. He was asking questions about the show, and he said, you know what you should do? He said, you should stream your show that you got on Facebook, stream it into the Clubhouse room, and then stay on after the show and have discussions about whatever you talked about on your show.
And you were like...
And I thought, that's a great idea, right? That's a great idea. So then Sunday, I sent an email to you and a bunch of other people.
No, I got a phone call.
You should have got an email first.
No,
might be in your junk.
I got a phone call. It was like Sunday night.
Okay, so yeah, you're right.
And you were like, Clubhouse. And I'm like, what? Clubhouse?
Well, I sent this email out to a bunch, like to my people who had been on my show. Anybody that had been on my show, I sent them an email. And then I made some phone calls also. And I said, hey, we have an opportunity to dominate on this platform in the morning, change the way people start their day. I'm going to open a room starting at 5 a.m. each day, Monday through Friday. We're going to figure it out. We'd love to have you part. We're going to do the thing. If you want to be a part of it, come join us tomorrow, 5 a.m. And I sent that out, made some phone calls, and I opened my first room that Monday morning. The first person in the room was Grant Cardone, who I had emailed. He was one of the people that I emailed. He was the first one in the room. The room popped to 2,500 people right out the gate.
Yep.
Then it jumped to like 4,000. The next day, Tyrese Gibson was in the room. The day after that, Tiffany Haddish was in the room. Like, you just
Big names, yeah.
popping, bro.
Well, I remember. Okay, this is what I remember. So, and it's crazy how fast the time flies. Let me tell you, Clubhouse will steal your time. Like you, it goes like lightning fast.
You can invest your time.
Well, invest your time. No, absolutely, absolutely.
It's an investment.
But it does, like, wow. Like you said, you the first day you were in, it was like 16 hours you were in it. Like, it will do that to you. But so I remember it was that Sunday night, right before that Monday.
Right.
You called me up, and you were like telling me about Clubhouse, and it was like you had struck gold. The way you were describing it to me and telling me and this, that, and the other, and you're like, hey, Trevor, so I need you like 5 days a week, like every day for like 5 hours a day or whatever. And I'm like, and I'm like, what does he know that I don't know? What is this Clubhouse thing? I'm like, what did I tell you earlier? Your gift is getting people to rally around you for a common goal. I was like, okay, yes. Right? Like, sometimes you just got to say yes. And it's not Clubhouse. I didn't know anything about Clubhouse. I didn't know anything about anything.
Right.
But I'm like, here's a guy that just found gold. Like, you could hear it in your voice. He was so excited. Guys, I'm telling you,
That's what it felt like.
No,
it felt like the heavens parted. And I could see God looking down going,
here you go. This is your... So I said yes. Okay, so I remember that Monday we opened the room, or you opened the room, and Grant's there, and everybody's there. I had been trying to get Grant's attention for years. Right. And got his attention. Right.
Well, it's because it's not what you know.
It's who you know. That's right. That's exactly right. Well, okay, so talk to us now. You've been doing Breakfast with Champions in Clubhouse for, is it coming up on 2 years now?
No, a little over a year.
A little over a year.
This was January of last year.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So what has been some things that have changed, evolved, adapted, right? Because I know you were doing hashtag Rise and Grind, and then you transformed it, and then things like, what have been some of those changes? And talk to us about some of that.
Yeah, so now we have like 50 different people that all contribute to make Breakfast with Champions happen. 6, 7, 8 hours of programming, 5 days a week versus 30 minutes of programming is what we were doing before. So now it's 8 hours of programming. The Rise and Grind show that I was doing, we had a big event this past November, retired that particular portion of the show and evolved it to where it's all just Breakfast with Champions. So multiple segments throughout the day, different hosts that come in, different expertise, different everything. So everything has changed since that day. Literally everything. My routines have changed. My mornings have changed. Relationships have changed. Literally everything has changed. I've learned a lot. I learned a lot.
All right, let's talk about
that. Especially in the last 6 months.
All right, because you say something that I think is important, and you'll have to rephrase it because I'm probably going to mess it up. But you say you don't fail, you learn. Is that how you say it, or how do you say it?
Sometimes you win and sometimes you learn.
Sometimes you win and sometimes you learn.
That's right.
Fail.
There's good days and there's character building days.
All right. What have been some of those learning days for you? What were some of the lessons?
Well, it just grew so fast, man.
Yeah.
It grew really, really fast, and I wasn't able to give it attention, automotive side of my business attention, wife, kids. You know, I'm all about investing time. You got to invest your time. And so it grew so fast, and it was just like all these different pieces. And so I decided, okay, I'm going to pull myself kind of out of that space a little bit and allow some other people to monitor and manage that space.
Right.
And in doing that, I made a crucial mistake when it came to the clarity of the vision and exactly where we were going. I hired like one of the most brilliant people I know, but I didn't take enough time with them to make sure that we saw things 100% the same way, not 99% the same way, 100%. And the metaphor that I use is like a golf ball. If you hit a golf ball 1 millimeter off and you hit it a foot, it doesn't really make a difference. But when you hit it 300 yards, if you're a millimeter off, you end up on the wrong course.
Right.
And that's what happened with me and a partner of mine is we were a millimeter off in the beginning. And so as time kind of went on, it just caused some strife and conflict. Conflict with our relationships, conflict with the energy, the overall energy of the show. My partner was under all the weight and stress because I had a million other things going on.
Right.
And so I learned quickly that when God parts the heavens and says, thumbs up, he doesn't mean for you to run with it for just a second and then hand it off.
Delegate it.
That's not what he's asking you to do. He's saying, hey, I'm giving you this space, but I need you to be a part of it.
Right.
And that does mean you make some sacrifices. That does mean that it's hard. That does mean that it's difficult. But our visions, Trevor, our visions, our dreams, and the things that God plants in our heart, it's for us, right? It's for us to be able to use our lives to make an impact in other people's lives. And I think sometimes too often we maybe dismiss that fact that it's when God gives you a gift, it was for you. And you got to receive that and run with it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hold on. Let me get one. Woo! There we go. You like that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
It's dope.
Well, I just want you to know, man, I appreciate you so much. And I know that there has been a lot of changes. And, I felt some of those changes, right? That Clubhouse and Breakfast with Champions, there was always something going on. There was a lot of those changes. I felt it, but there was a reason why I said yes, and that was you.
Appreciate that.
All the other noise, that's all that is.
Right.
It's just noise, and I got to hear some of that noise from time to time, but I tried to stay out of it.
Till we live and we grow and we learn, man.
Yep.
That's it. We learn. So,
well, I appreciate you, and I'm grateful for you, man. Like, so since we got started running together, you've made a massive impact on my life. You introduced me to when you came on the show. You introduced me to Danelle Delgado,
right?
And she's absolutely fire,
No doubt.
right? I hear she broke her leg recently.
That's what they keep telling me, but TMZ, they make stuff up. I'm just hoping she's just gonna fly in here on her white horse on Wednesday. That's supposed to be here for an event, but yes, as of now, the word on the street is broken tibia, broken fibula.
I'm sending some healing her way.
Needs it.
Danelle, we love you. You're amazing. Well, you made that introduction. That was a direct connection that you made for me when I had you on the show. But there's been an indirect impact that you've made, right? That you haven't really seen, or maybe you do recognize it. I don't know. Can we pull up the image of the show? Can I have that pulled up for you? All right. There's the indirect impact that you've had on this show, right? There's some people that I've got to build relationships with: Grant Cardone, Elena Cardone, Sharon Lecter, Tim Story, just some amazing people.
Barbara.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like a lot of folks, right?
Yeah, Tamara, Andres.
And so what I love about
Craig
this,
Siegel.
it is all about who you know.
Dang, Marcus Black. You better.
Yeah, Marcus Black. Yep.
Check you out, man. That's awesome.
Well, many of those people that you see on that image, I mean, again, that came as an indirect of getting to know you, right?
Amazing.
And being in Clubhouse and saying yes. And it has taken this show to a whole nother level, right? And it's opening doors for us, which has been an amazing thing, which all directly impacts what we can do in serving our audience.
No doubt.
Right? Which is the whole goal of the show. Like, in all transparency, I don't care. Like, Grant Cardone, great guy. But it's about being able to make impact for our audience, right? There's a bunch of people on there. Like, what I'm looking for on this show is I'm looking for people who are world changers, people who are actually out there moving and shaking, doing things in their community, serving people. And so that's the type of stuff that we're looking for on this show, right? And you've connected me with a lot of those folks.
That's all.
So I just want to say thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you for running with the ball, right?
Yeah.
A lot of times, we hand the ball off and then somebody fumbles it, drops it, goes and takes a nap, sleeps on it. I love that you're taking action on that. That's incredible.
Well, you have to. You have to.
You don't have to. You choose to.
That's true.
Give yourself some credit. Most people don't. Like, you don't have to. It's all a choice. We don't have to do nothing. Like, literally nothing. Zip. Zero. Nada. Like, I'm sorry, you have to eat, you have to poop, and you have to pay taxes.
Yeah.
I think that's about it as far as the have-tos.
Yeah, there's only
right?
two guarantees, death and taxes.
That's it.
That's it.
Everything else is a choice, man. And I think more people need to know and understand that it's all a choice. Whatever our scenario or our situation right now, we can look at life two ways. We can look at life and say, I am the victim of, or we can say, I am a victor because of, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it's a choice. It's simply a choice. So you chose to say yes. Then you chose to build the relationships. You chose to reach out. You chose to do the show. You chose to show up. Like, those are all choices you got to give yourself credit for, man.
Well, I
because a lot of people don't make that choice.
Well, I appreciate you, man, and everything. Like, it's just been an amazing. I can't believe this is our first time meeting each other in person. This crazy world we live in, this virtual world where you can just, like, get super close to somebody and never even met them.
Right.
It's just insane.
It is wild.
Like, people get married that way, you know that?
Dude, this woman just
get
had a
married that
baby
way.
on Clubhouse yesterday.
They what?
A woman had a baby on Clubhouse yesterday.
Hold on.
Yeah, and she talked about it. I popped into the room. It said first ever live Clubhouse birth.
No, my God. I bet that room was full.
There's people in there. But I popped on, and the woman was talking about how she had a lot of depression with her pregnancy, and the community of people on Clubhouse poured into her, sent her gifts, bought her meals, loved on her, all of these things. She felt closer to them than she did the people out here in the real world that are zipping by, not paying attention. So she sure is set up and had her baby live on Clubhouse.
She had an audio baby.
An audio baby.
She had an audio baby.
You could hear the whole thing.
Wow. Listen, hey, for the audience, real quick, I also want y'all to know something too, because we're talking a lot about this audio stuff, Clubhouse, and since audio has come out, a social audio, there's been several other channels. Twitter's got theirs, Twitter Spaces. The Green Room is Spotify, and now LinkedIn. So guess what? I've been waiting. It is beta, and I'm knocking on doors right now to get that access for you so that I can bring that to you guys. I can't wait. It's something that is going to be.
I don't know why don't you have it now?
I'm in the so creator stuff. I know. LinkedIn. Okay, let's talk about this for a second.
Let's do it.
So you got this amazing community on Facebook,
right?
Crushing it on Facebook.
Yeah.
Facebook should love you.
Oh, that's why you can't get in.
How many times were you blocked on Facebook?
Oh, multiple. And thrown in Facebook jail and squashed and blacklisted and all those things.
Yeah, I've been blocked 3 times on LinkedIn.
Yeah, I forgot that you talk about God. You pray on your show. That's not allowed on social media channels.
I don't know if that's it.
Yeah, whatever. I do.
All right. Well, they have sent me other reasons. They're like, here's these things, and I'm like, come on, man, come on.
All I know is if I go on there and, like, if you and I got in a fight right now and beat each other until I ripped your head off and your spine
that would go
literally came
viral.
out and blood went everywhere,
It'd go viral.
They'd shoot that stuff everywhere. But you and
Kids
I
would be watching it.
You and I start praying over some people, they're gonna blacklist this whole shit. They'll whitewash the whole dang thing. I'm just saying. Flip through your feeds right now. See how many people you see praying for people.
Ooh.
Go through it. I bet you won't find none.
Wow. So, okay.
But we can find a bum fight.
That's true.
We can find a bum fight.
That is
We can
true.
find a COVID fight. We can find a I hate Trump rally. We can find a Let's Go Brandon. We can follow all that. We can find all that.
And you can go on a rabbit hole and all that. Well, and here's what I will talk about this real quick. And I know we're running past time. Trey, our producer, he's like, hey, y'all need to get. Hey, real quick. Real quick, I do want to talk about this. All right. So, Facebook, you were talking about all of that. You can see everything.
Yeah.
You can see it all. LinkedIn, in my opinion, is probably the most censored channel because it's a professional network.
Sure.
They don't like any of that. They don't want that stuff.
Right.
So all that fighting and violence and this and that, you're not going to see that on LinkedIn. They will block that in a heartbeat.
I will say, just to clarify,
Yeah.
LinkedIn has never done
Anything?
done me wrong. Facebook,
Right.
LinkedIn, though, I love you, and I'm looking forward to
I love
doing
LinkedIn.
business with you in the future.
I do love LinkedIn. I think when you look at the news feeds, it's the most positive platform out there. It really is, because you don't see all that, because they do censor.
Yeah, LinkedIn's been really good to us.
They censor the heck. They're probably the most censored. It's probably the most censored platform, but it's also the most positive when you look at it. You're like, wow, this is great. People actually want to be here because it's not all crazy. Anyway, we go off on a rabbit hole of that. We got to give some stuff away to the audience now, okay? So I know you have your morning 5. You want to give your phone away?
Oh, I didn't have much.
Oh, okay.
I figured they probably didn't want half
You
drink
have
water.
your morning 5 5 steps to help you start and build an incredible life.
That would be better.
Right?
That would be better.
So we want to give that to the entire audience.
Let's do it.
Right?
I'm in.
So how do they go get that? Where do they go to find that?
TheMorning5.com. That's the number 5. TheMorning5. Don't spell out 5. Somebody else owns that. He ain't got nothing attached to it, but he won't sell it to me. TheMorning5.com or just morning5.com. You can download my free ebook, 5 Simple Steps to an Extraordinary Life. It's a book that you can read, less than an hour. You can get the Audible version if you want. And it breaks down these 5 simple things that if you consistent, discipline, compounded daily equals transformation.
All right,
That's
now
it right there.
Now we're gonna give 5 of these away.
Yes, we're gonna give 5 planners away.
We're gonna give 5 planners away, and this planner is amazing. So those 5 steps, guys, they do make a massive impact. So I'm gonna just kind of rattle them off real quick. So, and this planner is so in depth, y'all. It really, really does work. But no snooze button. Okay, no snooze button, no phone or any screen time. You don't want that first thing in the morning. Gratitude and goals. Send an encouraging message. I love that. And physical activity every day.
That's it.
Right? It sounds easy. This is really tough, y'all. It's actually really tough to do it every day.
Every day.
It's the daily that makes it tough. So we're going to give 5 of these away. And here's what I'd actually like to do. I'm going to start the pay it forward. Okay, so you said you were going to give 5 away, and I appreciate that so much that I'm going to match it. So I'm going to give 5 away. Right? You like that? Woo! Okay. But there's a caveat.
That's awesome.
There's a caveat. Okay? So my 5 that I'm giving out into the universe, they have to pay it forward. Well, they don't have to, but that's a strong word. It's encouraged that you then go and buy one for someone that you love and appreciate, right? And teach them to buy one and pay it forward and send it to the next person and the next person and the next person. So hopefully we can get this thing.
Bro.
We did the numbers earlier.
Imagine what the world would look like.
Imagine.
If everyone started their day
right?
in gratitude. If everyone started their day writing down their goals, if everyone started their day sending out an encouraging message, taking care of themselves, mind, body, and spirit, imagine what the world would look like.
It would be different, that's for sure.
Amen.
So that's what I'm going to do. Let's go to the audience real quick. So I've got a question for the audience. He had a formula earlier on. I talked about his formula that equals affinity, right? Equals affinity. What is the entire formula? Tell us in the chat. While we're waiting on that, I'm going to give some shout outs. So
I know it.
You know it. You know what time it is. All right, so we've got, I see Hope Mangita in the house. Paul Haggerty, of course you're here, Paul. I appreciate you so much. He's trying to get on the show. He's like, I'm going to be.
Paul's the one with 47.
Yeah, 47 comments. He's like, I'm getting on this show. I see Yolanda, good to see you. Holly, hello, good to see you. I got to refresh here so I can pull up my comments.
Rodney Rock Hatfield is on here. He says, Trevor Houston, you have a fun and informative show. Thank you for sharing Glenn Lundy with more of the world.
Oh.
Mary Lynn Wilkins on here. Nathaniel Banks. Let's see. I got them it's streaming in different places.
All right, so I see, okay, well, this is a different formula, but I want to give it to Yolanda. So she had your other formula, which was consistent discipline compounded daily equals transformation.
That's a good formula.
That's a good formula. So Yolanda, I'm going to give you one of these things. Congratulations, Yolanda. Woo! All right, but just make sure to pay it forward, okay? Pay it forward, all right? But there's actually a different formula that we are looking for. We're looking for a different formula. It is the equals affinity. Affinity, that was the one that we're talking about.
What plus what?
Equals affinity. What plus what equals affinity? Tell us in the chat. She said thank you. Yolanda says thank you. I'll pay it forward. Make sure to do that. Thank you so much, Yolanda. You're going to like it. It is amazing. And one of the things I will tell you about this while we're waiting that I've enjoyed, Glenn, is that for me, writing down my goals, okay, like I have a million things I want to do, right? I'm very ADD, and I'm like, I know, like I'm constantly looking at ways I can grow the business and grow things, and so I get a little scatterbrained sometimes. Writing it down, prioritizing it every day.
Yeah, man.
I'm getting those things done, getting them done. As where before it was like I'd get little pieces done of it. And then a new shiny thing would pop up, and I'm on to that.
No doubt.
Right?
Oh yeah.
So this is
increase your efficiencies.
Yep.
Increase your speed to scale. All of those things.
Holly says frequency plus question mark
equals
affinity.
He's right there.
All right, y'all. I'm just gonna give it to you. So it's frequency plus. Oh, hold on. Gregory's got it. Frequency plus proximity equals affinity.
Yes.
All right, Gregory. So I got one for you. I'm going to send it out your way. But remember, pay it forward, right? Remember, pay it forward. I'm going to give one to Holly. I want to do our whole team. So Mark, he's not here, but he's going to get one. I'm going to get him a thumbs up right here. So he's going to get one. Foster, I got to get my brother one. You know what I'm saying? So let's do that. And I want to give one to Hope. Hope Megita in the house. Paul Haggerty, you're going to get one. I'm going to hook you up. And we'll go back through the comments and give the rest away. But
I love it, man. I love it.
Man, I appreciate you so freaking much. Thanks, man.
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Guys, do me a big favor. Actually, Glenn, hold that. Hold that right now. If everybody in the audience can take a screenshot right now, hold that up, there you go. Take that screenshot, and I want you to post this thing all over social media. I want you to, this is your social post for today. I want you to post it out there, tag Glenn, and blow him up. Let him know how much you appreciate him being on this show.
That'd be great. I'm cool with all that.
Because it's all about.
Do what he just said.
Who ya know.
Trevor Houston here, and I want to thank you for tuning in to the Who You Know Job Networking Show. We hope you've been inspired, encouraged, educated, and entertained all at the same time. For information on our different events, workshops, partners, or partnership opportunities available, check out whoyouknow.show for more details. And be on the lookout for our new mobile app coming soon. You never know how this show can help someone you know? And if we've made an impact or put a smile on your face today, don't forget to hit that share button on your way out. Until next week, it's all about who you know. Bye!